Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Delusional Daydreams podcast. I am your host, Ari Lou, and I am feeling weak in the knees. I did it. I reached out, but I didn't reach out with like a long text, and I didn't try to call him or anything like that. It was what would have been our 4-year anniversary. And this weekend was just like really hard for me to swallow that pill because it was also his birthday weekend. And I really tried to keep my cool. I really tried to hold it in. I really tried to be strong. I even bought myself a bouquet of fucking flowers. I've never bought myself flowers before, but there's been people on the side of the road selling them, and I just stopped because I felt like I needed something to brighten my day. So I ended up buying myself a bouquet and a bouquet for my grandma to spread the love, because she's just been such a rock star in supporting me through all this. On our actual anniversary, which was Sunday, I just woke up in shambles. But I woke up and I just missed him. And I know I've been so up and down and so back and forth with all of this, with just feeling empowered and feeling like I'm stepping into my worth by setting boundaries and distancing myself. But then it's also coming to this like acceptance of seeing who he is as a full soul, the light and the dark within him, and loving him so unconditionally for every part of who he is as an individual. And because I love him so unconditionally, it's like I feel like I've come to this point where it's like the things that I see in him where I've been hurt, which I don't accept as okay. I don't deserve to be treated like this by him. I feel like karmically, like I've said before, it is something I'm meant to go through and I'm meant to experience and face, because I have dished out this same kind of pain to other people. So by unconditionally loving this pain or this hurt, him leading this transition in life through fear and avoidance is truly me accepting and unconditionally loving every aspect of myself, because I see so much of myself in him. And maybe this is an issue because I'm projecting myself onto him, but it's so impossible for me to accept the fact that he could hurt me like this and do me dirty like this and truly be so invested in the actions that he's taking. Because if he was so invested in doing this just so wholeheartedly, and this girl truly is not just a placeholder, but someone he sees a future with, then that would mean that everything we had was a lie. That would mean that everything that we had together was fake, was an illusion. That would mean that everything I know about him is a lie. Because everything he's doing right now, everything he's pursuing, everything he's spending his time doing is quite literally 180 degrees the opposite of who he has been preaching he is the entire time we've been together, and everything we stood for, everything that gave us purpose as a couple, as individuals, things we were fighting for, and not just within ourselves, but how we viewed the world. I'm just having a hard time accepting that this truly isn't just a placeholder for him to seek pleasure over facing the pain. And maybe that's my issue. To be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to post this one. This one just feels a lot more like heart to heart with myself, because I have been struggling. But yeah, I woke up on our anniversary just missing him, how I know him, if any of that is real. I miss him. And I miss our story. I miss our journey. I miss our talks. And I'm just so grateful for just everything we had. And I'm just filled with nothing but gratitude. And I've just gotten to this point where it's like, truly, and this, call me crazy, call me weak, and maybe this is just where I'm at right now, and I hate going back and forth, but I've been feeling in my bones, and I don't even like to accept it and say it out loud, but truly, if he showed up at my door here in Washington, if he made a drastic move like that to come and have a face-to-face conversation with me, if he was like ready, if he was like, okay, I'm ready to jump into this life with you full force. I'm ready to get rid of the condo or rent it out so we can go travel, get that van, get that truck, and go do what we truly desire to set out to do, to explore this world together, to build, to co-create a legacy together, to make an impact, and to stand for something bigger than ourselves, and to truly chase the things that light our fire. If he came ready to take a leap, and basically that would just show me that he's made up his mind. He's committed to initiating and taking action in what he wants. And if he wants me, if this is the journey it took, if he had to go somewhere else to be like, whoa, to realize what's real, to realize the potential of what I see still, I would say yes right now. I would. I'm at that point where I would. Maybe that makes me weak. Or maybe that just makes me human and truly is me seeing him as his human self as well. We're not perfect. Our journey isn't perfect. Our story isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. We are imperfectly perfect. And if all of this is truly a journey to come back together, stronger, more connected, more understanding for each other, I truly feel like we would have a future that would be unmatched. Because at this point in my life, I'm not looking for perfect. I don't want him to be perfect. I don't expect him to be perfect, just like I don't expect myself to be perfect. But I do want communication. I just want thorough communication. I want integrity. I want to be able to trust that what you say is what you mean and what you will do. And if you change your mind along the way, or if it gets too hard or you decide to quit, just tell me. I don't get mad about the truth. I get mad about being deceived. I get mad about being lied to. And maybe that's where I need to work on my response. But maybe not, because that's the bare minimum of human-to-human relationships. It's being able to trust someone, to hold their integrity, to be able to communicate with me like a fucking adult. But that's what I want. And it's been just so hard because I've just been moving through my days. And when I have my off time, working on my podcast, working on my self-care, working on my holistic health practices, working on my detoxing and my spring cleaning of my vessel. But one of my favorite things lately has really just been getting outside with Bandit. And it's hard because ultimately I miss my best friend. He was my best friend. He was my confidant. He was the one I went to tell everything, to joke about everything, to get excited, to get mad. He is my best friend. He was my best friend, and I miss my best friend. Finding this spot in my hometown, my new favorite place to take Bandit out on walks. Every time I'm here, I'm just like, damn, I wish I could show him this. I wish so badly that I could show him what I found, because I know he would love this. I wish I could show him my favorite tree. I wish we could go around feeling the moss together. I wish I could show him the little root that sticks out that looks like Groot from fucking... What is that movie? But little Groot. I just think he'd get the biggest tickle. And I want to show him my favorite branch on one of my favorite trees and be like, look at this. I just want to like look at all the hawks, all the falcons, all the eagles, all the vultures, all the birds with him. I want to spot them. I want to imagine what they're looking at, what they're doing, what they're about. I want to daydream with him. I want to look at the bugs. I want to pick up the leaves. I want to pick up the sticks. I want to have sword fights. I want to jump into the river. I want to go skinny dipping. I want to walk. I want to breathe. I want to hold hands. I want to laugh. I want to joke. I just want to show him all this stuff, and I want to experience it with him, because these are the things we used to do together. Doing it alone, doing it by myself, thinking about how much I just know he would love this. And not being able to share it with him is just like so painful. I want to show him my first gray hair. I want to measure it every week with him and be like, oh my God, it's growing. Look at this. I want to talk about life with him. I want to talk about just everything. I want to get excited. I want to experience this world with him. Get excited about just everything. And it's crazy because I miss the little moments more than anything. And it's hard because I've really, like, coming into all this, I feel like a lot of this forgiveness and empathy that I'm coming into and stepping into is really coming to this acceptance too, that I played a huge part in our downfall as well, right? It wasn't just him. It wasn't just the external circumstances and then me starting to question things. My own self-sabotaging behavior, me settling, me not communicating where I was unhappy, me not taking initiative, responsibility, and taking action to better my situation, to take responsibility for my happiness and my well-being. I put all of that on him. I put too much on him, and that's not fair. Because I need to be able to take care of myself and my well-being. And if I knew what was missing in my life, the aspects of myself that I had killed off and buried, and I knew what actionable steps would have helped to bring me back up to life, why didn't I take those initiative steps while we were together to grow side by side? I had every opportunity to do that, and I didn't do that. I felt like for me to truly be able to take the action I needed to take, I needed space. And maybe that's not a bad thing, right? Because in the grand scheme of things, look at where I'm at today. Look at how much progress I've made within myself, my sobriety, regaining my independence, confidence in my work ethic, confidence in myself, feeling like I have a personality again, feeling like a human, feeling like I'm alive again, truly feeling this life within me that I haven't felt in so long, having benefits, being able to take care of myself, being able to take care of Bandit, being able to invest in the things that truly make me happy. But now that I'm doing this, it's like I want to be doing this with Luke by my side while he's working on himself, while he's creating his own independence. And then we can come together as these whole units to progress into our furthest dreams. But maybe that truly is just a delusion. Maybe this is all just wishful thinking. for me to think that it could end up like that. It could work out that well. And I'm not saying that we wouldn't have our own challenges along the way. Challenges are a part of life. You can't escape them. But at this moment in my life, if he showed that initiation, that commitment, and chose me truly through and through, came to that realization, I want to do this life with him. I want to say yes. But I reached out. I took a screenshot. I didn't take a screenshot. I took a picture of my journal entry from what I wrote the morning of our anniversary. And I sent it to him. I'm not necessarily expecting anything back. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't leave it like, I'm ready to conquer this world with you. I'm ready for you to come out here. I didn't say any of that. It was all about how I'm feeling, how grateful I am for him, our journey, what we were, what we are, what I like to believe we still are, how I view him, how I see him, how much I unconditionally love him. But I just left it at that. He hasn't responded. And like I said, I'm not really expecting him to, because he's with someone else, first off. But before it's too late and before he's too far gone, I needed him to know how I'm feeling. And I felt like that was something I needed to do. And I don't regret it. I really don't. I needed him to know that I'm still here. That I still see the vision. And that I still love him through and through, no matter what. At this point, he'll see that and either be completely turned off and be like, oh my God, her again, right? Like, I found someone better, I'm happier, whatever. Or he'll see that and not know how to respond. Because if he does respond, he'll have to come clean. We'll have to have a conversation. But at the end of the day, me sending him that photo is me looking for a sense of closure. Closure either by avoidance, for me to move on, or closure through a conversation for me to move on, or the rebirth of what I've always envisioned we could be. And there's no rush. But at this point in my journey, at this point in my self-love and self-discovery journey, I'm not dating. I'm not dating. And I'm not interested in dating. I don't want to take time away from the progress I'm making on myself. I don't even have the time in the first place. I barely have time to get out and do the things I want to do with Bandit. He is my priority right now. Him and I are my priority right now. And that is what I'm doing. And if on this journey of me doing me and me growing day in and day out into the person I now have full confidence in saying I know I can become, and I am on path catapulting to become, I hope that he flows effortlessly back to me, because what is meant for me will be. But if that doesn't happen and new beginnings arise, that will be what's meant to be. But the thing is, whether it's him coming back into my life or whether it's someone new, the boundaries for what I believe I deserve are up. I know what I want. I know what I deserve. And I know what I'm worthy of experiencing. And until I am shown that level of respect and love, dedication, commitment, I will be focusing on myself. 100%. And this is just so hard. It's like I just dream of him literally like coming to my door, being like, we need to talk. And we go out on a really epic walk or hike or something, and he pops the question, I've been wanting to marry this man for years. I probably sound so weak right now, but that's just, I'm being honest about where I'm at in this journey. I love him through and through. I always have, I always will. I love him for who he is as a soul, his truest essence, like I said, his dark and his light, the wholeness of who he is. But I need him to step into his authenticity and step into his truth, which means living through integrity. That means owning up to your actions, being honest, and communicating. And like I said, I'm not looking for perfect, but I am looking for those things. So, I don't know, I just feel so alone. This hurts so bad. I don't even know what else to say. I fucking miss him. I miss him. And I feel like I want an opportunity to re-meet as who I am today. Being confident in myself. Being able to say no to things that I never used to say no to. Having control over my substance abuse issues. Just feeling alive and energetic and just ready. But I don't know if that's meant to be. I don't know. But I'm surrendering to, I sent it. And all I can do now is do me. That's all I can do. I don't want to be needy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to call, text. I'm hoping that sparks something within him. And even if that's a conversation, to be like, yo, we're done. Like, there's nothing. Even if it sparks that conversation for me to truly just be able to cut this cord. I don't know. Every time I'm here too, there's these little planes that fly over. And I'm always like, wow, one of these days I wonder if that's going to be him up in the sky, piloting that plane. Will he ever go to pilot school? Will he ever go to school to be an EMT? Will he ever do wildland firefighting? Will he ever become skydive certified? Will he leave his hometown and go and pursue his fire, his adrenaline junkie shit? Will he go out into the desert for weeks at a time in his truck overlander to dirt bike and just do crazy wild shit? Will he do any of that? Does he still want to? Because I want to do all that with him. I want to be right by his side. Call me crazy. But that's where I'm at today. That's where I'm at this week. It's what I've been feeling for a long time. I just haven't had the balls to admit it because I want to feel empowered. I want to feel like I'm perfect and I don't need anybody and I don't miss him. But like I said, I see the human in him and I love and embrace all aspects of who he is because we are mirrored. We are one and the same. And I understand him on a level that is just so raw and so deep. And I miss that. I miss feeling that. But anyways, I think that's all I have for today, folks. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I don't even know if anything I said made sense. I just love you. But I love myself too. And all I can do right now is keep loving myself. And again, accept and realize where I fucked up, which again is why I want to have a conversation as well. I want to, it's not just him, it's me too. There's a lot of things I could have done that I didn't do. There's a lot of things I took for granted. There's a lot of things I didn't communicate. And I want him to know that I play just as big of a part in all of this as he does. I want the chance to say those things and to just put everything out on the table. I just want to be able to do that. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it here today. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to me gab on. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, eternal lifetime of experiences, learning lessons. Until next time, Ari Lou signing out. Peace punch, Captain Crunch. Bye.